now. Welcome to another episode of the RIP 28 podcast. This is the RIP 28 podcast. This is a podcast where a few friends can get together and we can talk about a few things. Now, some of those things you might like, some of those things you might not like, but we're going to keep on talking anyway. How you guys doing? I am your host. I am Sly the Sports Guy, joined by a couple of my dearest and oldest friends. We start off the top left. Mr. C. Nez, what's going on, C?
What's going on, fellas? Y'all ready to chop it up? Got some interesting subjects. Should be a good show.
On the other side, the firefighter. What's going on, Ashford?
What's going on, everybody? It's your neighborhood good guy, man. Trying to get in this topic.
Down in the bottom, the educator's educator, L. Breezy.
What's going on, man? You know it's Beezy the Great, the educator's educator. Just here to educate you on just a little something. Let's get it.
And the original G5 monster. What's popping, Drake?
Not much, man. Cheers to the holidays, you hear me?
I hear you. I see everybody got something to sip on. What you sipping on? I got my mini bottle attack today. A little bit of Jim Beam peach. What you got over there, man?
Oh, I got a little absolute and cranberry. Y'all made me feel bad the other day when I was just drinking straight, so I had to put a little cranberry juice up in that thing.
I done hit that Jim Beam straight tonight. Ashford, you ain't sipping on nothing over there? You in the background chilling?
Just a little bit of Red's apple.
Red apple.
Taking it light. I told you I'm the neighborhood good guy, man.
There you go.
Real basic.
What you got back up, Coop?
Little Bacardi, man. Little Bacardi.
Try to make it naughty.
Brian, you ain't sipping on nothing, this, Brian.
Just a little something. I'm following my big bro Chance, man, with that absolute and that cranberry, dog.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you know, it's
Absolutely.
Absolutely, positively.
You know, it's funny that we sitting up here and we talking about what we sipping on, because, you know, I definitely would like to let the world know we might be out here shopping for a sponsor, shopping for somebody to go on. We are drinkers, so all you alcohol companies, you know, make sure you come out, check us out, put your ad here, so we can get somebody to go ahead and pay for some of these good spirits that we sipping on.
I will definitely use your product.
We definitely put your product to use.
Word.
Put it to use, man. Hey, you know, it's a lot going on in the world, man. A lot going on out there. And we won't jump on a couple of things this week, man. Just trying to figure out what's going on. And one of those things was Steven Jackson. Steven Jackson, I'm trying to find the exact quote he said, but basically, James, if you don't know, Steven Jackson, former NBA player, played for the Pacers, played for the Spurs. I don't know who else Jackson played for. Stack played for.
Golden State.
Yeah, he was with the Warriors.
San Antonio.
We believe in
Pacers. San Antonio.
You went with the Knicks?
Did he play? I don't think he played with the Knicks.
I don't think he played with the Knicks.
I don't think he played with the Knicks.
That's
LeBron, though. I remember that.
That's who we played with the most.
Indiana.
LeBron was with the Pacers.
Yeah.
He was with Indiana.
The man played a lot of basketball. But he got a podcast now called the Up and Smoke podcast. Oh, we want the smoke podcast.
All the smoke.
All the smoke podcast. Whatever. It's fucking about some fucking smoke. But it's a good ass podcast with the hardest light-skinned man in the whole world that ever exists, Matt Barnes. Matt Barnes, that title. When you drive 100 miles to whip your baby mama boyfriend, You get the title hardest man in the world.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And he was your coach.
Yeah, and he was your coach. And he was your coach. But anyway, what we're talking about, basically what's going on, James Harden ended up getting a new coach in Houston. He ended up getting a new coach in Houston, but James Harden decided he didn't want to show up to the first day of camp. The first day of camp, he showed up late. He wanted to be traded. And then this is what Steven Jackson said. The Rockets finally get a young black coach. A young black coach gets an opportunity, and you don't want to show up to camp. You don't want to play for him. How's that look? Jackson said in the Instagram video via the Houston Chronicle. And you wonder why every time a black coach gets a job, they put him in a bullshit situation. Look at what you're doing. A real one would go and play for that black coach and make him look good and build with John Wall and DeMarcus Cousins, some real ones, Jackson said. But obviously, you want to go and chase rappers around. That's fucked up. You want to go and chase rappers around. Hey, man, I mean, how y'all feel about that, man? You know, he makes a good point, man. Every time it seemed like a brother get a job, he get put in a bad situation. You know, anytime a coach get fired, he probably getting fired because they losing. And, you know, you go to a bad spot, but now it seems like, you know, you got an all-star player, you got a, you know, potential Hall of Fame player in Harden, you got John Wall coming, you got Cousins, and now Harden don't want to show up. Man. You know, how y'all feel about that?
I think Harden, you know, it's about rich people being rich, man. They think they live in a different stratosphere than everybody else a lot of times, man, and they kind of lose sight of reality. They ain't thinking about nobody but themselves, and that's just what it is. It's a bad situation. Like, I agree with Steven Jackson 100%, man, because we don't get that many opportunities, man. And then he gonna make this man, like, when he leave Houston, they gonna be pretty sorry. So yeah, they gonna lose, and then he probably won't even get another year. You know what I mean? Now that's another one down the drain. Might not get another shot. So I feel him. I mean, Houston had a good enough squad all these years that they was competing for championships and all that, and he want to just go somewhere else. He want to go play with KD or somebody like that. So it's real easy on him. So I think he's taking the coward way out.
Besides not wanting to play for a black man, it's just the NBA has become too friendly. You're going to demand a trade after being offered $50 million per year to go play with your homeboys. We grew up in the era, man, back when we was at St. Andrews Park, just to name one park, that you played for who drafted you.
Yeah.
If you got drafted by the Eagles, that was your fault. Too bad. You go make them better. But now it's just not enough competitiveness going on, man. That speaks to his competitive drive, that he's willing to turn away that kind of money and not want to play for a black man just to go play with homeboys, to build a power team. He ain't competitive enough, and I don't want him on my team.
Nah.
The Eagles are rough though, Brown. I played for them.
Hey, Chance, I know, man, but shit, we play with the hand we dealt.
Hey, I played and I ain't playing.
I don't know, man. We just came from that Charlie Mack era, dog. You play with what you got, dog. You make the best of the situation.
Yeah,
you don't go whining and crying, talking about transferring to Irma or Dutch Fork or somewhere like that. You play with who you got, and you make that what you got. You make it better.
Yeah,
it's a lot of teams.
You went transferring schools and all that, man.
Yeah, I got a kind of a different experience than y'all. Like, I actually hung out with Steven Jackson one time when Jermaine O'Neal brought him down here to Columbia, and like, he a real one. He a real one. He straight up, like, he don't act like he too good. The man took his shirt off in the club, had the chain swinging. You know what I'm saying? Bought the bar at the club. You know what I'm saying? Steven Jackson did it. He kept it 100. You know what I'm saying? Like, so for him to say that, like I said, I already know he's speaking from the heart, so I can respect him for that all day. But yeah, James Harden, I don't know if y'all seen the recent video with Katie and Kyrie talking. They was doing like a little FaceTime on Instagram or whatever. And Kyrie was like, yo, I should be able to get like 8 post-ups a game. And like KD was like looking at him like in the podcast, like in the FaceTime chat, like what? You know what I'm saying? And then Kyrie even answered the whole question. Was like, yo, I know it come off like, you know what I'm saying? Like I just want the ball, but you know, I just feel like can't nobody stop me, whoever in front of me. And KD was like, we need to cut back on that a little bit. So they was already kind of having like a disagreement already, and they ain't even hit the court. Like it's just the preseason. So I'm looking at it, and Kyrie talking like that, and it's just him and KD. James Harden go up in there, man, it's gonna be turmoil in Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? So
James gonna shoot the rock.
exactly. You know what I'm saying? And KD gonna want the ball in the clutch. You know what I'm saying? So and Kyrie gonna want the ball in the clutch. Man, he the point guard.
Like kid, man. Like you know how little kids is, they think they know what they want, but the parents gotta step in and do what's best for them. You know what I mean?
Right.
that's
right.
kind of what it is. But they
I'm starting,
grown me.
I'm looking at Kyrie almost like he got a Westbrook mentality now. You know what I'm saying? For him to say that, for him to say he feel like nobody can stop him who get in front of him, like that's a Westbrook mentality almost. And it's like, dude,
well,
you ain't gonna have no superstar on your hip.
Man,
Harden did say he would play for Miami and the Bucks too, I believe. But my question is, all right, I'm gonna be the devil's advocate on this one. Now, is this the same Steven Jackson? Correct me if I'm wrong. That said he wouldn't play for X amount of money because it wasn't enough to feed his kids?
Nah, that was
No, that's Latrell Sprewell.
Making sure I was right. All right, but either way,
you got your valid confused.
Yeah, how can you tell that man that he should play for a certain person? I mean, in the NBA nowadays, everybody chasing a ring. So it's this dude right. If he want to go somewhere else that he feel he can win, you want to do that. That's gonna solidify him for the NBA Hall of Fame and everything else. So what's wrong with going to play for somebody else or going to play with your friends or something like that? I can't see nothing wrong with that.
It's personal pride for me. For me, it's personal pride.
So you gonna stay with a losing team?
Nah, it ain't about losing.
They're not a losing team.
They're not losing. They're not losing though.
They made it to the semifinal.
Mediocre team then.
They made it to the semifinal.
Mediocre.
They ain't no screw.
Okay, they made that but every year the team changes, correct?
Somewhat.
The team dynamic change every year. Some people come in, some people come out. So they dynamic gone. They don't lost Russ. Who else they lost? They lost
they got John Wall back.
Huh?
They got John Wall.
John Wall ain't played in fucking seemed like 10 years. DeMarcus it's the same thing. He played in fucking 10 years.
DeMarcus Cousins supposed to have a ring.
That just means they got fresh legs.
Supposed to and do are two different things.
Right.
His legs fresh, like Bron say. You got fresh legs.
Yeah, they got fresh legs. You got to get these hands.
Come on, man. Now, y'all, I'm the least basketball player out of all y'all.
True.
And you talking
common
like
knowledge.
it. You talking like it.
Huh? But no, common knowledge, man. I mean, just think about it, man. This man want to go somewhere that do have the opportunity. The East is wide open. Anybody can win in the East. Everybody know the West is locked down. Ain't nobody gonna beat the damn Lakers.
So
you're right.
So what James was saying, he would have went to Abbeville his senior year.
No, because
you would have been banned
because I thought we had a better team. I thought we had a better team. Now I didn't know what the hell they had, so I thought we had a better team than they did.
But if you knew you would have
about that guy.
You would have bounced on us.
James. You didn't realize they had 5 shutouts. We only had 4.
It don't matter. I thought we was better.
That defense was real.
But regardless, man, I mean, that's the NBA how it is now. I mean, regardless of what everybody say, everybody chasing rings.
I don't mean it right.
Yeah, it's the new NBA. You right. It's the new NBA.
Right, but yeah, I got mine. You better get yours, and that's the thing.
That's it. That's how they think now, boy.
LeBron started this trend. So
man, this shit been happening way before LeBron, man.
Right.
You remember when the Lakers went and got the glove and got damn
that ain't working.
Yeah.
People forget Scottie Pippen and Charles Barkley played for the Rockets.
Yeah, that ain't working either.
This thing been going on for a long time.
Clyde Drexler brother went back to Houston to play with Akeem Olajuwon.
Yeah.
But he got him one though. He got him
I
one.
think
though.
what it is.
So what you saying is it don't matter as long as you win.
If you don't win, it don't
Hey,
matter.
James.
What I
James,
think it is,
you can count. You can add that one. You can add.
what
that
I
one.
think
Like,
it
yeah,
is
you
he
changed
wants
the
to
guy.
go to an East team because the East is more wide open. Because all the teams he named are in the East, right?
Yep.
The Bucks,
Yeah.
damn Brooklyn, and Miami.
Well,
So
he
you go
not
He
to
said
one.
Philly. He threw Philly in there too.
He don't
Okay,
fit.
Philly too.
He don't
Huh?
fit with none of them teams. He don't fit with nobody because he
How
gonna
you
have the
figure he
ball.
don't fit? He's a scorer. I mean, he can fit with anybody.
But that's all he brings.
That's all he
I
brings.
think
All
he'll
he
fit with
do,
Giannis.
What's wrong with that?
he a ball dominant player. What
Exactly.
James Harden do? James
I didn't
Harden
say
like
his
to
best
sit.
fit. I didn't say his best fit was damn Brooklyn. I think his best fit probably would be
In Houston, where he at?
no, I know his best
I
fit
think
would be
I think
Philly.
it's Milwaukee.
You get
I
rid
think
of
it's
you get
Milwaukee.
rid of goddamn the boy that can't fucking shoot to save his life.
Simmons.
Yeah,
Ben
Simmons,
Simmons.
you get rid of him, and him and Embiid, I think they could be a championship quality team.
Hell no.
Embiid just don't stay healthy,
Embiid,
man.
Hey,
Embiid will beat the
he's a
hell out
soft
of
big
James
man,
Harden.
but he's a big man. A
Embiid
decent
ain't
big man.
soft.
He is
Embiid
soft.
I don't
soft.
know. They ran Capella out of
Embiid is
Houston. And
soft.
Capella ain't no slouch. I mean, but they ran him out of Houston. So I don't know.
Hey, I don't know. To me, back to the whole original thing with Harden, I agree with what Stack said. Man. I agree with Stack said. You got a young black coach in here, and 88, I think it's 87% of the league is black. And they only have, I think the percentages of the coaches, like 12% of the coaches are black. So you finally get a black coach in there, and you screaming for equality, you're screaming for equal rights, you're screaming for all this shit. You finally get a brother in there to coach you, and now you're gonna run. You're gonna be like, fuck it. I don't want to fuck with that. That rubbed me the wrong way. It
Did
rubbed.
he say he didn't want to play for a black coach?
Well,
Nah, he
Oh,
ain't
yeah.
say that. He ain't
Is
gonna
this
say
what
that.
everybody assuming just because it's a black coach? He
Nope.
ready to run?
Hey, James,
No.
I'll tell you like this. He had a white coach for all them years in Houston. His ass ain't asked to be traded. When
So
the
how-
brother came
but how-
in this year,
Huh?
he want to get his ass out of there.
Oh, I mean,
I'm just telling you the facts. I'm just telling you the facts, bro.
You're not telling me facts because you don't know for sure. You just telling me
Those
off of
are
what you know.
facts. Those
You
are
don't
the
know
facts.
facts. How is that a fact? He played for a white man for all these years, but that doesn't mean at the end of the year before the white man got fired, don't mean he ain't say, man, I want to be traded then. The media might have put this out now.
I can't have this conversation with you because, as you stated,
I
you are
mean,
the least on this cast of basketball
Hey,
knowledge.
but I understand.
I
You
look at it
don't
like this.
You don't understand nothing.
I look at it like this, man. James Harden established Houston. He put Houston back on the map. He's en route to being, they number one probably point scorer, assists, free throws, definitely, and all that other good stuff. And it's like to walk away from that without putting your name on them up there on the charts like that. I'm just like, that's crazy. Like, you established Houston. You made Houston a household name, and you ready to walk away from it.
Hey, listen at this. I'm gonna tell you why James Harden ready to leave Houston. He running from a crazy ass ex-girlfriend. I bet you.
Well, you know they got his jersey hanging in the strip club.
Hey, Sly, he
His
done
jersey
went
in
to
the
the
Raptors
wrong
in the strip club.
and got the wrong one pregnant, and now she is on his ass. Am I right, Chance?
That would have got it. It might have a crazy woman to make you run for some places.
Sly, let me say this before, since I said Chance. Mrs. Nesbitt, I'm not saying because Chance knows. I'm just asking because he's on the panel. I don't want you to get your ass whooped.
I know.
Hey, man.
That's what I'm talking about.
Hey, we can talk all the shit we want, but all us done had some crazy ass ex-girlfriend, some woman to come and do some crazy shit. I'll never forget. I'll never forget. I was living off of Broad River Road over there at Trenton Court. I was living over at Trenton Court. I broke up with this chick. As a matter of fact, she dumped me. She
Like, you don't have all kind of crazy relationships.
Hey,
I
remember this story.
Hold on, she dumped you.
She dumped me. I I want to say like a month or so earlier. She dumped me. Now, it might have been about 3 weeks early. She dumped me. So I moved on, you know. I'm 20,
back in the street.
I was 23. I'm 23. I moved on. I'm with the next one. We at my apartment chilling. And that's back when, you know, we had beepers. So my fucking beeper is blowing up on my hip. Beep, 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 beep. And I'm over here chilling with the next one. I'm like, oh, what the fuck? So I turned off my beeper, whatever. Let it slide, let it slide. My house phone started ringing, house phone ringing. I turned off the ring on the goddamn house phone.
Oh yeah, for y'all millennials, we had house phones.
We had house phone back in the day. I turned off the house phone. I mess around, and next thing I know, about 15 minutes later, I hear a knock on the door. Boom, 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 boom. I'm not. Damn, it's the police knocking on the door. What the hell? So I'm chilling on the couch with my new lady friend. We chilling. And I hear the bam, bam, bam on the door. And she done heard my beeper going crazy. She heard my house phone going crazy. So she ain't no fool. She like, well, you need to go and answer that door. So I'm like, oh, shit. So I go answer the door. Lo and behold, it's my ex-girlfriend. She over here busting the door. I don't want to say her name because I know she listening.
No name.
She know who she is. She busts in the door. What the fuck is you doing in here with this bitch? I'm like, what? Wait a minute. You done me. This is me and you is over with. We done. You got rid of me. What is you doing with this bitch? I'm like, yo, this is, and I said, this is my new lady. You know what I'm saying? I done moved on. You told me to move on. I moved on. She like, nah, it ain't like that. You ain't gonna play. I'm like, wait a minute, how am I playing you when you dump me? How am I playing you? She charges after the new girl, try to get to the new girl. Now she ain't nothing but about 5'5", 130 pounds. She a little one.
You talking about 330? 5'5", 330.
Yeah, it's about 330. I never tried to mess with her one time.
Nah. This was a little
one. Baby grizzly, huh?
This was before I got my appreciation of the big girl. This was before that.
That's all we ever know you for.
Hey,
big girl, the 3 techniques.
So I grab her, and I'm holding her by her shoulder, trying to take out my apartment. She clamps down, bites a chunk out of my titty, dog. I can't make this shit up, dog. Bite a chunk out my titty, man. I still got a fucking scar on my chest today.
She Mike Tyson you, huh?
Huh?
She Mike Tyson you, huh?
Dog. I still got a scar because of this crazy broad, dog. But I'm telling you, man, it's crazy actions, bro.
Like she had plenty to fight on.
Sly,
she was hungry.
James,
that's 3 times she was hungry.
I was about to say, now you lying, Sly. You went from titties to
she was hungry.
Nigga, since I've known you had titties.
She took the chunk out of it, nigga.
Yeah, I know. She was hungry.
It ain't take much to get to her.
I had one time when I first graduated college. She was my girlfriend in college. Luckily, she don't listen, and that was a long time ago. And she used to sit outside my apartment and count how many women would go in there and get their license plate. I was like, now this is crazy. This is crazy.
What?
This is crazy. I was like, man, what is wrong with you? She could tell me the license plate and what they wore when they came. I'm like, man, this right here. She almost took my playing card, man. Back then, but you know that was back then. It's like long time ago. Yeah, long time ago.
No, man. I got
Dre, right. She was on some damn on some murder she wrote type shit. What's that lady name was on there? Jessica Lansbury.
Yeah. Dog, man. I got God rest his soul. Our homeboy, take a sip for our homeboy, Derek Tucker.
I knew you was gonna say his name, bro. I knew.
He saved my life one time, man. It's a different chick I messed with, man. And I was at the same goddamn on the property. That's why I'm glad I left Trenton Court.
Riverside.
Trenton Court was dangerous for me, dog.
Riverside.
I messed around I'm messing with this chick. We've been messing on and off since high school. You know what I'm saying? On and off since we were 15 years old. You know, but she gets a job overseas in fucking Europe. She working in Europe, and she comes back on a break, and she asks me, you know, well, you know, I hit it. You know, we in the bed, and she asks me, "What are we? Are we gonna have a relationship?" And now this is young savage Sly. This is young savage. Like when I was a savage back then, I'm like, "What you mean? What are we?" And she like, "Well, you know, are we gonna finally get in a relationship?" I was like, "Bitch, you stay in Europe. You stay in Europe. You stay in South Carolina. What the hell type of relationship we gonna have? This pre FaceTime, pre video chat, all this shit.
So I say, how much ocean you want me to drink?
Yeah. I'm like, you know, what that means? And you know, and she was like, yeah, she said to me, yeah, okay, you're right, I get it. All right. So, you know, we done let a little bit of time pass by. And I'm making my move. I'm going back to go and get seconds. You know what I'm saying? So I've been there trying to get seconds or whatever. And she busts out crying. And I'm like, oh, what the fuck? And she like, I can't take this. I don't want to be like this. I gotta go. I gotta leave. So I'm like, all right, cool. You know, I walk into a car, she gone. I'm sitting in the house chilling, minding my business. I get a phone call, and it's Derek Tucker give me a call. Derek's like, yo, bruh, what did you do? I'm like, what are you talking about? He was like, you know, such and such is my best friend. She came by the crib telling me that you said that you ain't want to mess with her after you hit it. You was like, you ain't want nothing to do with it. I'm like, wait a minute, I ain't say nothing like that. And he was like, bruh, she said she on her way back to your crib and she gonna mess your stuff up. I'm like, what the world? I go and peek out my window and I see a mama car on the other side of the parking lot with a figure in the car. I'm like, oh shit. Bro, I go and throw on my little gym shorts, throw on a t-shirt, and this is like in January in South Carolina. I throw on some gym shorts and a t-shirt, I crack my car up, and I get the hell out of Dodge. I go, my homeboy stay not too far away. I go to his crib, and I'm like, yo, man, I just need to hang out here for a little while. I need to hang out. Like, ooh. I tell him the story, what go on. We kicking it at the crib. A couple other homeboys come over. So it's about, I done been over there about 2 hours. And I'm like, yeah, man, she got to be gone now. She got to be gone. And I'm like, yo, let's just ride by my crib, see what it look like. I go, because we want to go to the store or something to get something to eat, go to the gas station and get something to eat or something like that. I say, well, let's ride by my crib, see what it look like. We rode by the crib. She is still sitting in the doggone parking space in front of my apartment. I was like, ain't this a bitch? I ended up having to sleep on my homeboy couch that night, man. I couldn't even go back home.
Man, it's funny. I know every story you're talking about, and I heard it from Derek too. Hey, all right. Is it my turn?
Preach on.
Yeah.
Man. All right, so y'all know I went to school in Memphis, man. So it's some crazy. All right, so I had a little girlfriend in the M-Town, and I started starting about to be thinking to myself, I'm going to be the all-star player on this team, and I'm like, I had a little girlfriend, and she was like, wanting to spend like 100% of my time with her. And I'm like, I got teammates. I'm trying to be a leader on the team. Blah blah. I got to put my focus in on this. She didn't quite understand that. And one day I was like, all right, if you don't understand that, we got to break up. So I'm going into my dorm room, and she just drop on the ground, grab my leg, like I'm trying to go into the dorm room. She like on the ground, like, please, no, don't leave me. Don't leave me. I was like, I didn't know what to do, man, because I was just standing there, and there's people walking in the dorm past me, not saying nothing, man. I'm like, folks on my team, I'm like, y'all can't help me do nothing. All the folks or something, you know what I'm saying? Then she finally
Hold
gave up.
on. Let me give y'all a little bit of information. Chance was known on his hall as the Mandingo Warrior. All right, so go ahead.
All right, you got to tell everybody. He's like, don't leave me, don't leave me. we gonna slide past that. But, all right, I got out of that situation, and I was like, okay, she gone. I'm country boy. I'm from South Carolina. I moved to the big city. I don't know no better. I was like, all right, well, that's over with. I got through it. We good. All right, we had just got our scholarship checks that Friday night. So me and one of my partners, I ain't call his name either because no incrimination nowhere. But we was like, all right, we got our checks, man. We finna go to the mall and go get some clothes, get some watches and all this stuff, man. So I had the Dodge Caravan back there. Y'all remember the Dodge Caravan?
I remember the Dodge.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So all right, we like, yeah, man, we finna hit this mall up, man. Let's go. And he was my roommate at the time. It was during summertime. And so we got in the car, I cranked that joint up. I started backing up by the parking lot. I'm like, oh, what's going on? So we both jumped out the car. All four of my tires on the flint, man. Not the one, all four of them jump. I'm talking about knife cut through all them jump, man. I was, boy, I was hot.
Let me have to spin your damn check.
I want to print on somebody. And then of course I called her. I'm like, man, I was like, hey man, what's up? You slowed my time? No, I didn't do that. So no need to say, I never spoke to her again. But that was a traumatizing situation. You know how much 4 tires cost for a broke college student, man?
Yes, sir.
And you just got that stipend check?
And then I got to get it towed to the place to get the tires. Man,
Right.
I was hurt, bro.
Heartbroken.
Them tires cost more than my car cost.
Whatever happened to the Dodge, dog? Whatever happened to that minivan?
Man, that junk, the engine went bad on it, man. I got an oil change, and I'll come back home for the break, and I went to Jiffy Lube, and I don't mess with Jiffy Lube to this day because I don't think they screwed my oil cap back on. I got to Birmingham, I had no oil in my van, and just started knocking all out of oil, man.
Damn.
So Jiffy Lube ain't finna be one of our sponsors.
They owe you the engine.
Yo, speaking of that gold caravan, let me tell y'all a little quick mini story in between me going into my crazy girlfriend story. But so we coming back from Charleston one time. Me, Chance, and our point guard Herbert Hunter. You know what I'm saying? So we ride back.
Put a whole name out there.
We feeling good. We feeling good. It ain't nothing incriminating to Herb. He good. So we feeling good. We riding. So next thing you know, the blue lights go whoop whoop. So me and Chance, we get it in. We sipping good. You know what I'm saying? I think I hit all the bottles and stuff or whatever, and the cups and everything. So Herb in the back, I'm in the front. So Chance said, yo, chill out. I'm gonna fuck him up. So I'm like, what are you about to do? He's like, I'm about to get out of the car and walk towards him. The boys told me I had to do that back in Memphis. So, I ain't been in Memphis. So I'm looking like, what? Get out and walk towards him? I'm thinking like, hell no, I'm gonna do that. Now this is before we even knew about, police brutality, all this crazy shit that's going on these days. So I'm looking at Chance like, I know you ain't finna get out of this car and walk towards this police officer. Because I'm thinking like, he might try to shoot you because you coming at him. You know what I'm saying? So Chance hops out. Chance like, what's going on? Got his hands in there. What's going on? So the cop jump on the microphone. Please get back in the car. So Chance still looking at him like, all right. He turned around, come back in the car. So I don't know. I guess like you say, Chance must threw him off his game. You know what I'm saying? By walking towards the car. So the cop comes to the car. You can tell it's like his whole motion's like offset. You know what I'm saying? So I don't even know. Did you get a ticket that night? I don't know. Maybe you got a warning. I think he was saying it's like he was gonna get off.
Nah, I ain't get no ticket.
But yeah, but I don't think he got a ticket. But whatever the hell he did, that technique worked. Like I know it won't work now, but back then,
I'm about to say,
and
don't do
still
that
to
shit
this
now.
day, I still can't believe he got out and walked towards the police officer after getting pulled over. That was crazy. Like, he got us out of that.
That was back in the 90s. That shit don't work
Yeah.
now.
Early 2000s. Early 2000s, man. That was crazy. But yeah, I had I was saying this, I had a crazy girlfriend. I just had a chick that I was rocking with that did something crazy. Chick, I was like coming through, smashing or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Whoop, whoop, you know, I take her out every blue moon, whatever. We kicked it for a few months. So I guess she felt like it was gonna go somewhere that it wasn't gonna go, but she thought it was gonna go somewhere. So she moved to my side of town, which is, you know, like I was hollering out earlier, she moved to the Riverside. So she moved to the Riverside. So, you know, she got a daughter, whatever. We doing our thing, whoop, whoop, whoop. So one particular night, I was gonna come through, and she was like, "Well, let me put my daughter on, make her a little pallet out in the living room, because she had a little 1-bedroom apartment, whatever. The daughter sleep in the bed with her, whatever." So she made the little pallet. She's like, "All right, come on through." So I fall through or whatever. So we getting it in, you know what I'm saying? Whoop, whoop. I'm laying on my back while she bobbing for apples, you know what I'm saying? And next thing I know, the door gets pushed open. And so I didn't know what to do. I just tapped on the back of the head and raised the cover up. I was like, "Yo, your daughter walking in the room." So she gets up and like literally cuts her daughter ass for getting up off the pallet. You know what I'm saying? Because she basically was sleeping in, you know, a new environment. Like, shit, I sleep in the bed with you every night. What the hell I'm doing on the floor? You know what I mean? So she cuts her daughter ass and make her get back on the pallet. So me, you know, with a real conscience, you know what I'm saying? I got up, you know what I'm saying? I wanted her to finish bobbing for apples, but you know, I got up, got dressed or whatever, because she killed the mood, you know what I'm saying, whooping her child or whatever. And I was like, "Yo, man, I'm gone, man. Like, I can't fuck with you. Like, you beating your daughter, you know what I'm saying? You in here bobbing for apples and you gonna beat your daughter? Like, man, get out of here." So I'm going out the door. And mind you, like I said, we was in the midst of it. So she's like, she was butt naked when she was beating the child in the whole 9, right? So like as I'm going out her door, like we in one of them what they call it, the little garden apartments where it's like four apartments with upstairs, downstairs, or whatever. Mm. So I'm going out into the middle where the staircase is at. Shorty literally jumps on my back, butt ass naked, and begging and pleading for me not to leave. So I'm like actually starting to go down the steps. She is like still on my back, butt ass naked. But luckily for her, it was like the middle of the night, so it wasn't too much traffic coming in and out that building. But that was just too crazy for me. And I was like, "Man, yo, go on, man. Like,
hey,
you don't fucked it up for me."
In the story, he went back upstairs.
Nah, I bounced.
Yeah.
Hey,
he might not have went back that day, but he went back another day.
He went back another day.
Nah, I cut her loose. After that, man.
Yeah.
You can't beat the child, man, because you bobbing for apples. I can't do it.
Oh my goodness. Crazy women, man. Hey, you know, but before we get out of here, we're running kind of tight. I want to make sure we got a viewer question, man. We got one of our viewers had a problem and he wants some advice. Let's check this thing out real quick. Hold on, let's move this around. Here we go. What's up, Rip 28 Podcast?
What up?
I hope all is well during this pandemic and crazy ass time. It's been crazy times for my family and I. Therefore, I need help, advice, and prayer. I'm an entrepreneur and business owner. During this pandemic and Hinge have gotten tight financially. All right. I don't know what that means. That might be things have gotten tight financially. As the pandemic continues, it's becoming harder and harder to keep the doors open to my 2 lounges / sports bars. Pre-pandemic, things were great, and we were thriving, and we were able to put some money away. But now it's more going out than coming in, and my wife is in panic. She wants me to close both down and focus on getting a job. I know I'm the breadwinner provider, but I don't want to see my dreams and hard work go down the drain. Am I wrong for wanting to stay? Should I pack it up? Should I try to wait the pandemic out? just what the hell should I do? Help, fellas. I need help.
Hey, first thing, Sly, you need to let me read the
Brother, you reading the same thing I was reading.
Boy.
Let me pull this stuff back up. Don't blame that on me, man.
I'm just saying, let me read it out loud.
All
Hey,
these typos,
it
all
was
these
only one
typos and
thing.
fucking run-on sentences.
No, Slide.
I'm just
Slide.
saying.
It was only one thing. Now it said instead of thing, it said hinge. You stumbled over like 5, 6 different times.
Look, all these run-on sentences shit need commas. I
in
mean,
her
need
book.
periods. And got
Hey, like
commas.
I'm just messing
like
with you.
LeVar Burton said, it's in her book. Take a look. The Reading Rainbow.
I don't know. I hate to talk shit about our viewers and our listeners, but whichever viewer wrote this motherfucker might be on the
Man, we appreciate you writing in, dog. Write it
Don't-
again, man.
That's,
Yeah, don't discourage
Sonic
us, right?
work for me.
hey, I'm just saying I can read Ebonics better than you. That's all I'm saying.
They hooked on
Hey, all right, enough of that. Let's help the man out, man. Who got some advice for the man?
I got something for him.
I got
something for him. You better get your ass a job because at the end of the day, your dreams ain't paying them bills. Now, you can be cool with your doors open and sleeping in the street, or you can go get your job until you can do better. Get your ass out and provide like that woman expects you to, and her father expected you to when you asked for her hand in marriage.
Speaking of women, what the old lady do? What's she?
Yeah. That's the problem.
What's she
She
bringing
been at
in?
home.
She
She
need
been
to
at
go get a
home
job.
while these 2 clubs been open.
Hey, didn't nobody say nothing when Lucky shut down and she ain't had no job.
Boy, everybody was crying when Lucky shut down. Boy, I don't believe that.
Hey man, now
Lucky,
I think what he should do is probably one club is doing better than the other one. So I would at least close one down, and depending on how much he has in reserve and how much he losing, I would keep one open and see how long I can make it work or make it last. As long as we still, because she got to understand that if I'm the breadwinner, then I mean, hell, I'm making the decisions. So you're gonna have to ride with me right now. I ain't led you down the wrong road yet, so you're just gonna have to ride with me for a little bit.
Hey, but breadwinner don't mean she not working. That just may mean
But
he
I
makes
mean,
more
it doesn't
money.
say that though. That's what I'm saying. Now, if she working and she brings something to the table, then hey, we can work something out.
I'm sure she working and both his damn businesses going down the drain.
I'm gonna tell y'all boys from
But that's what I do. I keep one and close one.
I'm gonna tell y'all boys from a professional standpoint, which I know y'all don't know nothing about. You know what I'm saying? But all you gotta do, you gotta make that thing pandemic friendly. You know what I'm saying? You gotta spread it out, 6 feet apart, mask required, and still keep that thing running. Hey, because at my job, we gotta wear masks, we gotta wear safety glasses, but the show don't stop. You know what I'm saying? You gotta keep it going. You might not make as much money as you used to make, but you're gonna keep the money coming in. Everybody's still drinking. Everybody still want to go out. Man, I came down here like I told y'all last week. I went out somewhere, and it was jam packed. I had to leave. So much people in there. People still gonna come if you got entertainment. You know what I mean? So you just make it pandemic friendly. You have your hand sanitizer station and all that. You might have to put a little extra money into that, but you're gonna make that back as far as your revenue. So you gotta be smart with it. You can't just go as you used to go. You gotta change some things up.
Yeah, you may have to change things up, but if you paying to put all that in there, you ain't got enough money coming in. Shit, it's gonna be a negative beside that bottom line, and you already broke. You can't take too many more hits.
All right, well, check this out.
Go ahead, Sly.
This my thing as a small business owner. What he has to realize, man, he has to realize, kind of expanding on what Chan says, you got to switch the style up a little bit in this pandemic. All right, first off, he can get a loan. You know, a lot of people want to stay away from the government loans and the PPP loan, the PPE loans and stuff like that. That is an option that's available for him. I don't know his situation, but that's one option that's there to help him stay afloat. Now, with the pandemic, like I don't know what city he's in, but what a lot of bars I've noticed a lot of bars and restaurants, they have teamed up with Uber Eats, DoorDash, and all this stuff like that. And you had a bar that used to make most of their money selling liquor. You know, they sell chicken wings and stuff like that on the side, but they had a loyal customer base. Well, now they making their money selling their food as takeout. You know what I'm saying? They switched it up. They done became a takeout joint. You know, basically they're a bar, but they still a takeout joint because the city, whatever city ordinances don't allow but so many people in, but they trying to push their food now. So you gotta, it's other ways you can keep that bar open to make money. Now here's the thing, you won't be making as much, but here's the hard decision right here. You're gonna have to let a lot of your staff go. You know what I'm saying? Because you ain't pulling it in. You're gonna have to tell a couple of them bartenders, a couple of your cooks, dishwashers, if you have 3 cooks a night and 3 dishwashers a night, you're gonna have to drop down to 1. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to.
How you gonna keep up? How you gonna keep up with the damn if it increases in your food, how you gonna keep up with that?
Well, that you gotta adjust. You're a business owner, you gotta adjust. If you realize,
you can't have one because they call in sick, you're gonna be cooking.
Exactly. I mean, you can't. You got to. What? I agree with what you're saying that you have to adjust. But if he gets rid of one and brings it down to 1 sports bar, 1 lounge, you can manage that better because now you got less problems to worry about with trying to deal with 2 separate places. You're only dealing with 1. And I'm pretty sure, like you said, if you use some of your ideas that you came up with, then you should be able to stay open until all this eventually clears up.
And see, this is my reason for not getting rid of the 1. And this is what a lot of people don't know. More important than that actual bar is your liquor license. He obviously has 2 liquor licenses for those two separate locations. And having the liquor license is sometimes more important than having the bar because it's harder to get a new liquor license. So what a lot of people do, like let's say I own this building and I had the bar here first, and if I rent out my business to you, I rent out my liquor license along with you so I can keep that liquor license. So him just shutting the door, he gonna lose that liquor license.
But that all depends on what state you're in too.
Well, yeah, it all depends on what state you're in. But most states, the liquor license is harder to get than opening a bar. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
You got all kind of
yeah, I mean, I look at it like this. Like Chance says about managing. I mean, one thing is maybe chop down some of the days. If you open 5 days a week or 7 days a week or whatever the case may be, cut it down to a Wednesday through Sunday or Wednesday through Saturday or whatever the case may be. Of course, I know the lease for the building, paying that or whatever ain't gonna change, but it'll cut out some of the money going out. Like you say, if you got all these people working for you and you're paying them for 7 days out of the week, chop it down to 4 days a week, you know what I'm saying? You save a little money that way. Then on top of that, you gotta advertise to the, your environment. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe you might be trying to push for older crowd because you don't want no knuckleheads in there, whatever the case may be. But guess what? The knuckleheads is the one that's coming out. So guess what? Boom. Maybe I gotta do a little young night. You know what I'm saying? Get a little DJ everybody know from the radio station, pay him right quick. Who get these young heads in here? You know what I'm saying? 21 and up. You know what I'm saying? Get the drinks going. You know what I'm saying? The party going. Hey, maybe that might be the crowd you got to push to get through the pandemic, because they're the ones who don't care. They're the ones who trying to get it in regardless, rain, hail, sleet, or snow.
You just said a mouthful, though. You said a mouthful, Drace. You said those are the ones that don't care. So those are the ones that gonna have your goddamn door closed faster than anything else.
Hey, but the thing is, though, if you can survive a few weeks or maybe even a couple months being packed out on a couple nights out of the week, hey, that might get you through the pandemic.
You gotta get
here in Columbia, South Carolina, it only take a couple of times in Leon Line to close your goddamn doors.
Oh yeah, yeah. We're dealing with a different ball game in the mix.
Outside chairs and stuff like that, so people can be outside and stuff like that.
Smoke and all that good stuff. Right.
And then they can spread out. It ain't as relevant outside. But you know, you see James got that dope behind him. They got the padlock on the door on him, so he's speaking from experience.
Hey.
Nah, I mean, he got options, like you say, a loan, all that good stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean,
At the end of the day, you gotta do what you
Keep
gotta
fighting, brother.
if it come down to it, I mean, you might have to, man, but you gotta exhaust all your options, man. You gotta
Yeah.
Exactly.
look and see what you can do. You can't just say, all right, there's a pandemic, I'm gonna shut down. You gotta say,
Don't give up like LeBron.
what can I do to make this better? And you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Ask like he asking us, you know, we giving opinions. Hey, they may work, they may not work. I mean,
hell, you might need to open up a third business, open up a landscape business, something you can cut grass in the day, open up the club at night. Maybe cutting that grass keep you open for a little bit longer. You know what I'm saying?
He can have a daycare slash club.
Hey, put that wife to work, goddamn it, since you want to talk shit.
They can babysit your kids at one
Keep
place.
these kids, goddamn.
They can have a day, but at night. Hey, I'm like,
Tell you.
That's where the money at. Everybody need childcare.
You gotta make sure you put them diapers up by 6 o'clock.
Right.
Wow. Well, check it, man. Hey, fellas, man, I appreciate it, man. It's been another great show, man. You got any closing shots, man? What about you, Beezy?
Man, all I'm gonna tell you is, if one thing ain't working, don't give up, but always have a backup plan so you can always keep a little money coming in with your broke asses.
Cool.
Oh man, I'm gonna throw this out there, man. Y'all cosplayers, man, keep pushing to get paid, man. Them boys got y'all out there playing with this pandemic going on. Y'all boys out there getting this coronavirus, man, for the freebie. You already got scholarship money. I need some hands to pay. You know what I mean? Because they're exposing y'all every time y'all hit that court, every time y'all hit that field, whatever sport you playing, man. And they getting paid, because guess what? The game is on TV. They getting paid. So don't think they ain't. Man, y'all need to keep pushing about y'all getting paid, man, for real, for real. Instead of student athlete, it need to be amateur athlete / student. Nah, y'all get paid, man, for real.
James, holla.
Man, y'all continue to be safe out here, man. I'm in lockdown and quarantine myself right now, man. I got caught that thing at work, so you know, hey, I'm trying to stay safe. Got to change my routine up a little bit. Stuck in this house, but it's all good. So y'all continue to wear your mask, man, and look out for everybody.
See Nez.
Man, just if this pandemic ain't taught us nothing else, man, just keep an open mind and try to do different things. I mean, it's more than one way to skin a cat. You know what I'm saying? Just keep learning. I'm sure that this pandemic has helped some people, you know, realize their potential and doing other things. You know what I mean? Just look at it and be like, hey, what else can I do that I wouldn't do it or I didn't have the time to do? And now you got the time to think and sit your butt down somewhere and learn something, or read a book, look at a podcast, look at some stuff, WebEx and stuff like that, and learn something, man. Because there's a lot of businesses out here that you can start to get going with little money down, man. Just do something for yourself, man. Entrepreneurship is the thing these days, man. Just get it going.
All right. Well, it has been another great episode of the RIP 28 podcast. I've enjoyed it. I hope you've enjoyed it. Like we like to tell everybody, the RIP 28 podcast is a spot where a few fellas can get together and we can talk about a few things. Some of those things you're going to like, some of those things you're not going to like, but we're going to keep on talking about them on the RIP 28 podcast. See you next week. Freedom.